Okay, it's the next day. I couldn't even fit it all in the fridge because there's just not a whole lot of room in here. It looks like it should fit there, but it doesn't. So I guess the plan is to just... Actually, I should use some of the stuff that's already mashed. Um, okay. And I'm gonna try to make some muffins now. Oops. Okay. Unfortunately, look at that. A relatively no mess. So, anyway, this is just basic stuff for now. It's not too different from baking anything else, it's just that you have to put the pumpkin in. Okay, let's see. This flour, now that it's getting to be almost out, I can do it one-handed, which is nice. Let's see. 1.75 cups. Here's the 0.75. Forgot to preheat the oven. Okay. And, oops. This is probably the earliest I've done a cooking video. It's 8:22. Oh, daylight savings time, damn. 7:22 actually, I think. That's what my computer said. That's why I felt I woke up early. Because I was up late. It took about almost 4 hours. I guess 3 hours, 45 minutes to do the recipe yesterday. So I ended up staying up much later than I usually do, just for the sake of cooking. Okay. Oh, I gotta get the I'm not gonna take the one in my room because it's annoying. There's one up here too. Actually, maybe this is the one in my room. It's hard to keep track of all this baking soda. Okay, anyway, I'm gonna be real official here with the measuring. I'm gonna have to make, I guess, a kind of stark division between improvisational works and the ones where I do follow the recipe. Trying not to improvise on some ingredients. Oh man, I hate this pouring this stuff though. Oh, okay, let's see. I don't know what you can see right now. Okay, I'm gonna have to do improvisation here because who knows what I just poured, because I missed the damn spoon. This is a much better design for baking soda type stuff. Alright. Let's see. Salt. I don't know why I just sneezed, but I did. Oh yeah, so we got cinnamon. We're almost out of cinnamon. I'm planning on making a lot of pumpkin things, and I think I can't open it. I think all the pumpkin recipes call for cinnamon, so that's a little bit problematic. So it's only a half teaspoon. Cinnamon's delicious, though. I'm glad to be making something with cinnamon. I usually only would use it for oatmeal, but then I realized it's too valuable for that. So I only use it sometimes now. Okay. Oh yeah, we've also got a new ingredient in the house. brown sugar. I don't know how you're supposed to open this. I've never opened something with this sort of design. Oh man. Where can I start from? See, it's being difficult. Pull to open, easy tab. What the heck is going on here? This isn't easy. Alright, just pull it open. So I needed, I think, a half cup of this. I don't know if I already lessened it from whatever the original said, because when I write it down, sometimes I include my own alterations. So I'll just go for a regular half cup. That seems actually pretty modest. Oh, jeez. The bags were cheaper than the usual boxes for the sugar, and I guess it's because it's impossible to pour. If I had two hands, I don't think it would be so difficult. I'll test that proposition. Whoa. Alright, but you can just kind of... Alright, well, it's still pretty difficult. What I should do is just put it into another container. We got all these jars. I'll maybe do that at some point, because it's a pain in the ass. It's all clumpy too, so I don't know how much is in here. That's probably about a half cup. Brown sugar's delicious. I'm happy to have some. Okay, those are the dry ingredients. So that's a good start. Just clumps of sugar I have to... Oh man, they're still very clumpy. I should have done that before I poured it, because now we're gonna have uneven stuff in here. Okay. Now, we need a cup of that. Actually, I should probably do that last. Do the milk now. Let's see. Half cup of milk. They also wanted a whole bunch of vegetable oil. I don't know what the deal is with that. I don't know if canola oil really counts as vegetable oil. Probably better than olive oil, though. I don't know if olives count as a vegetable. Wants a third cup. It seems like a lot to me. So this is a little less than a third cup. Okay. I'll put in the eggs now. Actually, I just got an idea to solve my issues with not having the eggs mixed in properly. I remember when I took home ed in middle school, they taught us don't break the egg over the ball, because if it's rotten, you don't want the egg in the ball. I've never seen a rotten egg, so I've never actually followed that advice. But I'm realizing if I just do it in here first, I can mix it and then pour it in. I think that's a clever tip that I just figured out. Oh man. There we go. Eggs are very annoying with how they get stuck to the shell. Anyway, I tried cleaning up. It's mostly cleaned up, but not entirely. Okay, so I need like a fork or a spoon or whatever. Just get a spoon, I don't know. Anyway, will be at least whisked. I think this is called whisking. Not positive though. Alright. 2 eggs. And now I have to do this. I gotta get a cup of this stuff. This is the whole reason this this recipe's being made. This is some extreme ingredient-based cooking, just because I'm gonna have to keep on doing it. And it's not wholly mashed, but whatever. Close enough. It's pretty soft anyway. I'll put in a little extra because I got more than enough pumpkin. So no sense in not being extravagant. Right. Oh, it's stuck now. Come on. This pumpkin stuff giving me a lot of trouble. Alright, so I guess let me just make sure I'm not skipping something. It says don't overmix, which I put in quotations to remind myself that I didn't actually write that, although I don't think I needed to be reminded. Because it's not. I know what that means. Oh gosh, I don't. It's when you have your iPod in the cooking area, you gotta be careful because you don't want to get stuff all over it. These are ostensibly muffins, and I learned from my mom that we do have a muffin thing. It's just that it's too small. I don't think we're going to be able to fit a whole lot in here. Keep one of these too. Because yeah, I don't think there's no sense in using both. I might as well just use the bread one. Pumpkin bread and pumpkin muffins are the same thing after all. So, alright. You don't need to mix the wet ingredients separately. I guess. I don't know. I'm not going to be able to tell. So anyway, actually, let's see if this turns out, whoops, the right consistency. Just based on the ingredients. Although I used a little bit low on the oil, so I should actually put in a little extra milk to make up for it. And then this should come out without needing any additional moisturizing. Well, I don't know when it cut out. Just finishing up. There's not a whole lot to do. In case my discussion about oil being better for greasing than butter was missed, I'll just reiterate that oil's the natural fit for this sort of thing. It's a lot easier. But not a whole lot else was missed. So this stuff's just about to go in the oven, and it'll come out